Maps really ought to be available for people who are risking their lives to install critical needed infrastructure. It's a quality of life thing. We ought to be able to just do a better job. This is like, why are we not doing this better?
My name is Spiva. I'm a geographic information systems engineer, and we're using drone technology. We're using GIS, available shapefiles that the city, county, state, federal, other organizations have available of utility data that we can use with our system. We're using their information as a reference to see where that utility is located. This is a start of our investigation to identify where these utilities are located. And then we use drone technology to capture the area of interest with the drone. What's happening is that instead of the lens being faced forward, now we're going to face the lens straight down because we want to focus on getting high quality imagery of the utility, of the paint markout. And then we're going to make that photo and stitch it together. And then we'll use ground control points to also be used with the creation of the orthomosaic image, which we'll be able to put into a mapping environment. What I'm going to capture right here is this roadway and this area here. So this is called a free flight that I'm doing. Every 3 feet, the drone the application will take a picture of the area that I'm focused on, which will be focusing straight down on the ground. So you turn it clockwise this way and take off, good. All right, completed the calibration. All right, so we're going to do this and get started. So the home point has been established. The return to home is going to happen in this position about 30 meters above that point. So at least you'll be reassured that your drone will come back to you and not fly somewhere and can't track it. Then what I'm gonna do is, you see that how I went right on the roadway, so now I'm gonna try to capture this. So I'm gonna move the drone further up to be able to capture this portion of it. So when we stitch the imagery together, it'll all be at the same height and same area with no gaps. It's amazing how paint markouts, they show up pretty well on drone imagery. This also helps with our utility mapping research. So orientation is also key as well. Knowing where the drone is facing will help with your orientation on how to fly it. You take a test through the FAA in order to be a commercial drone pilot. It's good to go through that test and understand what's required to operate in this airspace. You want to be insured, because if something happens with the drone and it comes down to someone's property, or which I don't fly over people's property, I'll get permission to do that. But you want to be insured because of the unknown. So whenever I'm in roadway, like areas where there's traffic, whatever else, I try not to be a distraction. So I try to get it away from traffic and then land it safely. I believe this is a good direction that we should take from the roundtable that we had in December of this year, 2019. A lot of participants that came mentioned about seeing this information, seeing this data. and seeing it in a way for all to see.
This is an information problem. When you have a critical mass of information, you can do magical things.
How would having location maps for all utilities impact your production? Would it change the rates of damages to underground lines?
Just so you're all structured and you know exactly what you're going to do. You can always go back to the map and say, yep, I got 4 and there's a feeder here, there's a down feed, okay, everything's good.
I mean, they could document their work using drone technology. If it's not to put into a map, but for historical purposes. I mean, photos have metadata that talks about the date, time, altitude, when this drone was over that location. They can use that as a way to document their work. What we're trying to do is more than that, put it onto a map.